Hey, art fiends! Happy New Year! 2020 is finally over. We did it. We made it through this disaster of a year. I've definitely had a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs. However, with all of the time I found myself having, I sure did draw a whole lot. So to start off a brand new year, I thought I'd show you guys my year of art. Month by month, I will show some of the different things I drew, mainly sticking with the standout drawings for that month. This won't include any videos or animations I made. This is strictly work that is not already on my YouTube channel. I have a mix of fan art and original things to show you guys, so strap on in as we take a trip through my art from 2020. January was honestly a very chill month compared to everything that was to come. I was kind of just drawing things for fun, and I had started playing with the idea of picking up my YouTube channel since I was just using it as a dumping ground for animations I made at this point. I had finished recording my first character redesign video, and I decided to draw little versions of all the characters as a fun reference. I also had some Fire Emblem fan art I drew as well during this time. 2020 was looking great so far when February hit. I went on a cruise for the first time, and I got a spot in Artist Alley at Anime Boston, which was going to be coming later in the year. Not to mention, it was also my birthday month, and I couldn't have been more excited for what the future had. With Anime Boston on my mind, I drew a lot of fan art during this month in order to create new prints to sell at the convention. Of course, that convention ended up never happening, but I still had a lot of new merch printed and ready to sell. You can actually get a lot of the stuff on my online store, which is linked in the description if you're interested. Some standout fan arts from this month were all of my Danganronpa drawings, some Zero Escape drawings, a bunch of Cookie Run things, and of course, more Fire Emblem. I also made 2 animation loops at this time. One was for Cookie Run, and another for Fire Emblem. March finally came, and so did the beginning of the end. The start of the month looked great, then we all went into lockdown. With Anime Boston looking more and more unsure, I didn't draw too much fan art during this time. However, I did draw a lot of original things. When lockdown hit, I decided it was finally time to start posting more frequently on my YouTube and actually make something of my channel. With my character redesign series being posted, I had a resurgence in wanting to draw those old characters of mine, so I ended up drawing quite a few things of those characters. Animal Crossing also came out, so my love for that series was coming out in my art again as well. April was a strange month. I was stuck inside for most of it. It's kind of a blur, really. I do know I did a lot of drawing during this month. I drew my KK Slider album covers, which you can watch a video about in the card above, as well as started a whole new D&D campaign with my friends. A big standout drawing I made was this illustration of my whole family having Passover through a Zoom call. It was such a strange experience and honestly really entertaining. Besides all the drawings of my D&D campaign I was making, not to mention the AU I created of my first character and the NPC that he had a thing with, I drew a set of drawings for the 3 different Adventure Zone campaigns. I'm still really happy with these drawings. I'm a big fan of my line work and stylization that I came up with. Most of the month of May was spent drawing things for Mermay. I won't show those here, but if you're interested, I have a multi-part series where you can see all my Mermay drawings with speed paints. This month was actually the start of the monthly art challenges I run on my Discord. The challenge was to fill in this expression sheet that had been shared around. I had to do it as well, so I drew my character Aaron for it. I started making a lot of things just for the fun of it this month. For example, this comic of my two smug villagers broing out together. I actually got back into My Hero Academia in this month. It had been a long time since I touched the manga, so I finally started reading that again. This was the beginning of my Oblivious Totodeku comic, the first 2 panels being made during this month. That whole comic is actually available to purchase on my store as well. When June came, I was deep into video creating. I was working on a lot of different video ideas all at the same time. My Animal Crossing Villagers as Human series and my redrawing old fan art video was being worked on at this time. I was also now fully invested into making this Totodeku joke into a full comic, so I was slowly working more and more on those panels. The challenge of this month for my Discord was to do an age progression of your characters. Participating myself, I chose my 3 main characters from my main story to use for this. And of course, June is Pride Month, so I made this fun thing with my characters in front of all their flags. July came around and it was time for Art Fight. I made videos all about my Art Fight drawings, so if you want to see those, go and watch them. It's linked in the card above. July was also the month that I finally got a new job, so long unemployment, hello art teaching. Because of this, I was doing a bunch of teaching examples of projects during class to show the students all the steps. Some things I made were character lineups, some action poses, and this little animation loop. I also finished the Totodeku comic finally, as well as the charm that was sold along with the pre-order. It was time to get them printed, and you can still get both of them on my online store. Some other standouts from this month were this fan art for the channel Recreo, more Fire Emblem art, and an updated reference lineup of my high school student characters. The teacher examples kept coming in August. There were more action poses, as well as getting into limited color palettes. Continuing on my Hero Academia train, I started drawing every single character to make into stickers. I picked 5 of these and printed them as charms, which are actually available in my store right now. I'm still working on making all these stickers. It's been taking a lot of time, but I'm very close to finally finishing them all, so hopefully I can print those soon. I also did a set of drawings of all my friends I played D&D with and all the characters that they have played so far in all of our campaigns, as well as the GMs and all the main NPCs that they created. There was another challenge I did for September, that being Oh September. Again, I made a whole video about it, so please go watch that to see all the drawings. Besides that challenge, I did the drawing meme of drawing in your mutual's art styles. I learned that most of my friends have painterly styles, and I was in a lot of pain trying to mimic how they color. Most of this month was just me doing Oh September, so I didn't get to do a lot more besides that, but I did make a TikTok of drawing myself in different anime styles, so I guess there's that. Normally in October, I would participate in Inktober, but I was so tired of doing monthly challenges, I needed a break. So instead, I did a miniature version of this challenge, only doing a small number of drawings to keep myself sane. I created my own theme, making tarot card inspired drawings of all the characters from the Zero Escape themed D&D game that I am in. I first drew them traditionally with ink on paper, and then fixed them up digitally. I personally always prefer doing Inktober's traditionally. There's something about getting away from the computer to create something. I don't get a lot of chances to do this in my professional work, so whenever I get the chance, I love to pull out the traditional inks and watercolors. I love how these came out, and I actually got them all printed and mailed the characters to the players for their holiday gifts. Besides my mini Inktober, I actually drew a couple other standout things this month. I had a few more teacher examples of color palettes and foreshortened poses. I also made this cute pumpkin boy for Halloween that my dad has fallen in love with, and he just keeps asking me to draw him. There's this drawing I made of myself in some different clothes I wear really often, which was kind of fun to make. I will mention one very important thing that happened to me during this month, and that was Genshin Impact. I drew both Venti and Shishi at the time in an attempt to summon them from the gacha gods. My attempt did not work. Coming into November, I again didn't want to fall into the trap of a monthly challenge. There's this one called Huevember that goes on for this month, and although I knew I wanted to try the challenge, I didn't want to feel rushed to finish everything in a month. For that reason, I decided to take it at my own pace, making drawings as I saw fit and not rushing the process. I decided to theme these drawings all around Pokemon in environments, creating full illustrations for every color. My end goal was to be able to print an art book with all these drawings in it, and it would form a rainbow as you flip the pages. As of today, I am still working on this set, but in November alone, I was able to make 13 of these drawings. Aside from that, I did a couple more noteworthy things. Unis Honest came to an end, and I created this little loop to commemorate the closing of a year. I finished some more teacher examples for my classes. The project was all about breast cancer awareness and picking something that symbolizes strength and empowerment. But besides the Pokemon drawings, the biggest thing I made was stickers of all the confirmed playable Genshin Impact characters at the time. I'm still in the process of getting these printed for my personal store, but in the meantime, they are all up on my Redbubble if you want them. I put a link in the description below to that. There's also a bunch of other stickers up there too if you so desire. Finally coming to the end of the year, December came and the work only continued. I was still on track with making all these Pokemon drawings, making a couple more during this month. After weeks of streaming on this channel, I finally finished the mock poster of my fan Danganronpa characters that I had been making. I had been drawing it only on stream for a long time, and it was nice to finally be done with it. I created this fake scroll series as a way to explain the lore of one of my main stories without having to write an essay every time someone has questions. And, of course, I drew more Genshin Impact as well. I'm writing this script mid-December, so if there is anything else I made that is notable after recording this, I will edit it in here for you guys to see. That brings us to the end of 2020. It was definitely a year I will remember forever, that's for sure. I have high hopes going into 2021. Some personal goals I wanted to accomplish are already on their way to happening, and I'm very excited for what this year has to hold. I only really started posting on this channel in March of 2020, so I want to thank everyone who has found me during this time and watched my videos. I especially want to give a shout out to all the people in my Discord server. You are all so wonderful and give me so many great ideas. I love seeing all your work and getting to talk to all of you. 2021 is gonna be exciting, and because of this, I may be slowing down my posting schedule. There's a lot of things I may be doing in my personal and professional work that may take time away from making videos, but I got myself a new drawing tablet, which means I can go back to doing those videos you all really enjoy. The redesigning old OCs videos and the critiquing your OCs videos. If you guys want to see more of my work outside of what I make for videos, which you got a little taste for here, be sure to follow me on my Instagram or my Twitter. They are both at PM_animation. There's links in the description as well. As we leave 2020, what were some of your favorite things that you accomplished or created with your art during this year? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. With that, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Happy New Year. Peace.